Well, hello. Welcome to Pepper's Echo. My name's Andre, and yes, I haven't been on for a long time. I know. So, welcome, welcome, welcome. Well, let me get those glasses on first so I can see everybody that's there so that I can greet you. Buzzy, thank you very, very much for always reminding me about getting a link up there. Good afternoon. And Debbie Murray, how are you keeping, Debbie? I hope you are recovering well. Happy St. Patrick's Day and all the other good luck wishes that bring prosperity to all. Well, hopefully, St. Patrick's Day is a good day. Uh, so, yeah. And my wife, Ina. Debbie, Nick Miller, how's it going, Nick? Always good to see you as well. Wow, I'm surprised I've been off so long that anyone's actually remembered I am around. Uh, the household is going well. It's going well. Yeah, the barber man, it's starting to grow back. I've put. Let me take this off. I've put hair oil or beard oil and you know what, all kinds of growth stuff, all that good stuff on there, and yeah, hopefully it starts growing because that man just you know what when I saw the evil in his eyes glare up as he put the number one comb on and rushed into my head. It was like, but yeah, there it is. So, yeah. uh, thank you. Debbie says I'm looking good for it. um, yeah, we're trying to get some quality time. As I said, the reason I've bumped it down to every second week at the moment is because we have a lot of things going on that I'm going to not divulge right now. It'll probably take about another 4 months or so to see what's cutting. What's it? That army hairstyle, they welcome you back quickly. You think I can come back to SA, enjoy the SA NDF? I can actually get good pay there and sit and do nothing. Yeah, I thought about SA a couple of times already, but there's just no way. Just no way. But I've been having some tough times and having some good duels with myself in the process, and after being in South Africa and seeing everyone and being able to speak to a lot of people, got a lot of nuggets of gold from everyone. But I was sitting there, that was about Tuesday before last, and I'm still like working my butt to a pulp. And I think it is Richard Colson, if I'm not mistaken. When I get to read books again, I'm going to carry on reading his book again. It's called Don't Sweat the Small Stuff, and it's all small stuff. But one of his things that actually always comes up and comes into my mind, and I've really got to remind myself about it consistently, because I consistently don't remind myself about it, and then I want to have a hernia, because to me, everything needs to be done now. So when you plan everything for the year, you have to complete everything for the year this weekend. And that just doesn't happen, unfortunately. And in Richard Colson's book, he actually says you've got to understand that your inbox will never be empty. And I think I've mentioned this before, so I might just be reiterating myself. It's probably my age that I'm, you know what, when people get old, they start talking over and over again, etc., etc. You'll see that I don't have the little nice border, and there's a duck upside over here. I haven't even renewed my StreamYard subscription, so I'm like on the FreeMyard at the moment, because I have all my bank account changed, and I never changed it with StreamYard. So, of course, I'm free. I'm freelining it at the moment. But yeah. But otherwise, no, Debs, I really hope you're feeling better. I can't believe, you know, when it doesn't rain, it storms. And trust me, we're feeling that storms at the moment. It is it's not raining, it's storming. But as I said, things to come up later. I didn't shave today for you guys. I'm trying to get as much hair as possible, so I don't shave, so I can actually get something on my face. Because when I looked at the guy, and I actually went in for a haircut and a shave, And when this guy went bananas on my head and he looked at me and said, "And your beard?" I went, "No, no, no," because I could see me coming out there looking like some kind of moon face. Uh, what's Debbie say? Let's pull this one up. Magnesium. Magnesium. You see, I'm not only old and repeating myself, I'm also needing to look through glasses with fingerprints on them. Magnesium, would you believe, is half the battle. We're lacking it. I recently listened to 2 audios, The Black Swan and Anti-Fragile. Brilliant. I don't get to listen to audios at the moment. I need to read a book. I actually started reading a very, very good book in South Africa. Unfortunately, I have put it down and haven't picked it up again since. I don't even know where it is. I think my wife hides it from me, so she doesn't let me read. I'm kidding. But yeah, TV, we don't really get to watch TV, although I just did get to watch a movie now before, because I thought we'll do the 8 o'clock sit down, but we can't do the 8 o'clock sit down. So I sat down, it's about 6 o'clock quickly. We sat down to watch a movie, and we watched this new one called Madam Web. Now, it's a Marvel movie, but it's maybe it's because I expected less of it that I actually enjoyed it more. Usually, when you don't expect as much, it's not brilliant, over the top, what, fly your mother over to go watch it type of thing. But it was quite enjoyable. What's it? The two. But I was just taking a look. You listen to the 2 audios, The Black Swan and Anti-Fragile. Those are stories, I'm assuming. And Buzzy's on magnesium. I hope it's the tablets and not some kind of powder that you're digging out the ground there. Anyone over 50 can relate. We need refunds. As require glasses and, oh, you're talking about my eyes. And everything starts to require renewal or warranty. I think my warranties are all expiring at the moment. The only thing that won't expire is me. Yeah, I had such a sore toe the other day. I said to Tina, where on earth are we going to find gout medicine in China? Every time you feel sick, they make you tea. Or yeah, have some hot water. It's my toe. I don't want hot water. They really have strange medications here. I just had to bring a whole ton of medication through from South Africa with me. And yeah, I'm worried about the fact that we run out over here, because then I've got to try and get it couriered over here. And that's going to be a jolly joint and a half to actually try and get medication there. Because I was fortunate enough to actually have a doctor who would do a Zoom consultation. Still blooming expensive, even if you don't use the seat in their consultation room. What's it? Bedroom, toilet, travels is my audio, but respect. I was in the big white elephant, aka. Oh my goodness me, so hard time. Thanks, very motivational. No, that is not a good place to be. I don't know, in South Africa. I don't want to be in hospital. Well, I don't want to be in a hospital anyway. Let me put it to you that way. You just don't feel good. It's, when you're there, you're in a bad spot. I've actually got a friend who's in hospital at the moment in South Africa, and well, I've got to find out how he is this evening quickly before I phone Mom, because I had such a hectic time last weekend. I was just as well. I didn't stream because it went so bananas that I even forgot to phone my mom. I phoned her the Monday evening. She says, "Is it Sunday?" I said, I thought at first I'd just like play along and go, "Yeah, it's Sunday, don't worry." But then it's Monday. I actually, for the first time in months or years, forgot to phone the Sunday. So Nick says magnesium is also a laxative. Oh my goodness me! Don't tell my wife. Every time I think about food, I've got to run, bro. I think it's what she feeds me. I don't know, something to that effect. But yes, I think it's because I eat broccoli every single day at school. I get broccoli. I think they get a very, very good price on broccoli, because you have your meat, you have all different dishes. There's like set trays that you can take, that has like really strange stuff, which I'm not prepared to try or just adventure into at this very time and moment. And then there's sort of like a little bit of a western side where there's like your meat, and then there's broccoli and potatoes, and usually like noodles type of thing, and then rice. Now, I don't want the rice and the noodles just fill you up and irritate you. So you usually just have meat, broccoli, and potatoes. Oh, and these like little baby fried up tomatoes, but I'm not into that either. Luckily, because I think my toe would be really gout there. Um, yeah, no, I found her, but fortunately, she doesn't know the days too much. Mind you, she waits on a Sunday. She waits on a Sunday. So Debbie says, Nick, that's not why they put me on it. I'm 40. Behind. Debbie, in other words, what you're trying to say is you're full of shit. I'm kidding. Um, no, I, as I said, I'm working pretty hard at the moment, but that is not the actual big deciding factor on what's causing a lot of stress. Luckily, no stress between Ina and I. If anyone who's thinking of putting us into to marriage counseling or anything like that, not that I'm aware of. Let's put it that way. So yeah, no, there's no problems with that. But yeah, what's it? Baby potatoes? Yes, nothing acid. Otherwise, a teaspoon of bicarb to neutralize. I don't know what is Ina giving me. Epsom salts or bicarb? I think bicarb soda as well in the evenings. um, no, so yeah, where was I? Oh, yeah, working. So the thing is, yeah, I've had to, and I keep on sort of having to have these like really hard discussions with myself that you got to finish what you can finish that is needed for tomorrow, possibly the next day, and then leave it because the rest you can do tomorrow. Now, I know they say don't put off things because when you're looking at procrastination, you're looking at subject number one sitting right across from you over here. I can like. Put things off like you will not believe. And sometimes it's because I can't get it right perfectly. And if I can't get it right perfectly, I don't want to start it. Um, People, I think that's why I never used to build models and things like that. Because everyone like build a model plane. I tried a model plane once, thing came out crap. I was not going to build a model plane ever again after that because look at what these things come out like. And obviously, you need practice to be able to do these things properly, and you need to find shortcuts. So slowly but surely, I'm trying to find shortcuts to actually get things done, but I'm having to tread very carefully. But yeah, what's Pepper's Echo? Epsom salts will give you the runs. You must have had bicarb. Okay, bicarb. Okay, bicarb. Yeah. Although these days I tend to wake up at night. The old bladder does not hold the whole night anymore. It used to hold right up until work the next day. You get to work the next day and you go, oh, haven't been since last night, so I better go today. Now it's like 2 o'clock in the morning. Excuse me. It's time. It's like, no, it's not. Yeah, it's time. So yeah. Journal and get it out the mind. Stop doing the merry-go-round with yourself. Yeah. I do that self-talk thing. I actually need to get hold of that a PDF that you sent to actually take a look at it. So because I really want to read that book, but I have a really good book that I still haven't finished, and it really sort of nailed things on. We all at the 8 p.m. cutoff on fluids. Well, I don't want to talk nonsense, but it's 20 past 8 here, and Coffos is the drink. The other thing that I would really like to do is get hold of get off my vape. My vape is almost like a pacifier for me these days. Um, I, I sort of like clutch it there all the time. It's like that's it. If I was a baby and you took my vape, I'd probably throw a tantrum. I would I would definitely throw a tantrum. I have two um, machines just in case the one runs out, so that I can carry on with the other one while it charges. And then only the other day I brought two disposable ones back from South Africa, and the other day I finished them as well. Nice thing about vape as well is if you can go into the airport toilet and have a quick vape there as well, especially when you can't find an exit, and there's no ways. There are certain airports, a lot of airports don't have smoking rooms or anything like that. There's one or two I know in Hong Kong. There was one, um, and Ethiopia, Addis Ababa is one. But it is the foulest smelling smoke bomb dirt place that you could. You just you just waft when you walk into there. You don't have to light up anything in there. It's so yeah, much safer going to smoke in a toilet. Buzzy say, Mum's going to sell the house and a lot of stress. But Buzz, so you're also taking a lot of pace and pain there. Hey, really sorry to hear that, man. How do we get through these things? Is what I'm actually. You know what? I was actually so uh, taken by. I think I don't know if a guy sent it to me wrongly or anything like that, but he sent me a very nice little verse, and I actually replied to him. I said, I don't know if you actually sent this by accident or whatever, but it kind of helped at the right time, because these days are challenges. And Buzz, I know what you're saying. You don't know. You don't know which foot to put where. We all have a vice in life, as long as it's not detrimental to trade off. Yeah, the detrimental part is I'm always looking for a toilet to run to go and have a quick puff now. uh, Debbie, you're right. You know what? We don't see the big picture, but I think um, let's get back to the instant world that we always talk about. I mean, we're always looking at instant coffee, instant Nesquik, instant noodles. Everything is instant that we have these days. And we have had this conversation before. So just call me, uh, I'm not want to say Alzheimer's, but not dyslexic. What's the other one? Anyway, the one where you repeat yourself. But we live in such an instant world these days that we want instant answers, and we're not prepared to stand. You know what? It's difficult to stand back and say, you know what? I'll take the patience and wait for the big picture. It's really, really, really hard, because you want to. Yeah, ask Ina. I'm a terrible person. If you say to me, I want to tell you something, tell me. Do not tell me tonight. I want to tell you something. Remind me tomorrow. I will absolutely have a sleepless night tonight trying to figure out what you are wanting to tell me tomorrow. It is ridiculous, and we're wanting to see that big picture now. Um, you got to believe that there's a big picture, but can we start at least filling the jigsaw in some way, so that we can start the corners at least? Would be a good idea, because this blank sheet is really bothering a person. What's it? Last two big jobs, but seeing the groups, everyone 50 contract charged. I'm glad not on that site. Yeah. I don't know what goldfish. Yeah, goldfish memory. Or what, is it dementia that they call it? Whatever. Yeah. But yeah, it's just that we live in such an instant world that that you want to know everything instantly. I'm putting out information, and I'm needing information instantly. I'm wanting to know what's happening instantly. Uh, ADHD, Debbie, that's exactly what my doc said. And so hopefully I'm going to be able to concentrate a little bit more as well, because I want to grab hold of 50 things at once. But and that's, I think, why you end up wanting to do everything all at once as well. And it's because of this instant world. But you know what you miss as well, and this is why I often say to you, and I'm going to be dead honest with you, this is why we miss Cambodia. Not for the fact of it's Cambodia, or China to Cambodia is lovely. I mean, it's a wonderful place. Really, it's beautiful, it's high tech, it's lovely, it's clean, it's got everything, it's cheap, you name it. It's great. But and then you don't have a support group. Back in Cambodia, we had a little group that was a support group. Back home in South Africa, we were talking about it the other day, and we were saying, and I think Fiona mentioned it, if I wasn't mistaken, that the one thing that you always have is you have your family and you have your friends, and you have some kind of little bit of a support group there that you can actually sometimes talk to. My difficult part now at the moment is I can't really talk to anyone. So it ends up with Ina and I sort of reiterating or regurgitating the same thing over and over. And God bless her, she's a very good listener, and she really tries hard, and she's helping me tremendously. So let me give her kudos there, especially with when it comes to work and things like that, wherever she can pull in and what she can organize and what she can do. She's definitely pulling and helping as well. But it's leaving, she's been left in exactly the same, she's also under the same pressures at the moment. And we literally can't do anything until we actually get some kind of direction, which also puts her under pressure. But sometimes, because I'm under so much pressure, dare I say selfishly, she does not get included into the consideration of the fact that there is. So I will definitely say that she's an absolute star in that sense. But yeah, and if I was here alone, it would be more difficult. But I think it's always easier with somebody with you, but it's always easier when you've got that little support group. Yeah, I got stuff for you. You got ADHD. I always thought ADHD was bouncing off the walls, and I'm like, you have no idea. I don't have the energy to bounce off the walls. I was like, you know what? You need to focus. This is the problem. Your mind is going all over the place. I'm just gonna try and see something here. Sorry. Uh, so so yeah, your mind goes all over the place. I might have to cut this a little bit short tonight as well, because I see I have work still coming in as we go along. But yeah, uh, there's so much, and molehills become mountains. And as you say, you're waiting for big pictures that won't even give you blurry pictures. And me, I need to know now. I'm an instant kid. I do not like quiet farm life. That, you know what, we'll wait until the cows come home. But yeah, my phone is going mad. So yes, it's an absolute bananas time. What's Debbie say? It's having 50 things go through your mind at once and leaving your car keys somewhere but can't remember where. Yeah. No joining up the dots in the galaxy. Yeah, and then you don't sleep well. And I know, like, I don't sleep well because I'm worried about stuff. And then they say, well, you know what? Maybe you got sleep apnea. And I'm like, no, I don't have sleep apnea. I really, really don't. I just don't sleep well. That's it. Because you tend to try and think of everything as you're sleeping. And you go to bed sleeping about everything. You wake up worrying about what you haven't done yesterday or what you've been thinking about. And then you've got to try and remember that your inbox is always going to be empty. Sorry, your inbox is never going to be empty. But yeah, so I think, I don't know if I'm going to be absolutely royally nasty, but there was one thing that I think Arbot put on, yeah, on the site. I was just looking at it. I was just going to see if I can share the screen. I don't know if the sound will share as well. If it does, pretty cool. But I thought it was pretty neat. Take a look at this. I'm sure you might have all seen it already anyway, but
something incredible happened while the stray animals gathered on a busy road. At first, it seemed like they were trying to cross the street and waiting for the traffic to stop. But the reality is something else. They seem to be waiting excitedly for someone they have seen from across the road. They all begin to wag their tails in union as the person approaches. And here comes their hero. This old man is trying to cross the street with bags full of food for the hungry strays. And when he makes it across, they all gather around him in a composed manner. And they wait patiently for their turn without causing any trouble. If you think this old man is a wonderful guy for feeding the hungry souls, subscribe.
I thought that was I thought that was pretty cool. Let me stop sharing there. There we are. That was absolutely beautiful. So it does show you that in this world there is some good somewhere along the line. Uh, Yo, Dylan, how's it going? Yeah, overclocked and overshot at the moment. So as I said, things that will be a few months before I can actually say what's going on and what's happening. But until then, we will rely on pills and vapes and sleep and work and my gorgeous wife to keep me going, and hopefully my hair growing, because geez, I need hair. I just look at it and I think to myself, there's nothing to brush. There's absolutely nothing to comb. It's like, well, yeah. What have we got? Buzzy says, if you need to go, you have to do. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to call it around about now. I'm sorry to cut you guys short, but I've just got a whole lot of work stuff that actually just pulled in on my phone. It's just gone ding, 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 ding. And that's the story of my life. But I don't think I'm going to be on next weekend, but I will try and do a full one the weekend after that. Um, that's if anyone actually pitches up, because I think everybody's like slowly but surely forgetting that Pepper's Echo exists. So do drop me a thumb if we actually want the Pepper's Echo to actually carry on. I will try and actually make an effort to have some kind of topic maybe as we go along, and I'll take a look and see what's happening school wise and work wise. I hope you guys all have an awesome day further, but I am going to cut it. What's it? If it were Lotto, we would have cheered. After all, it's St. Patrick's Day. And all I want is a Guinness. Hey? Guinness would have been good. Uh, yeah, I'll keep it up. Thank you very much, Debbie. Yeah, every 2 weeks, I'll definitely keep it up every second week. And then, you know what, as things maybe straighten out, we will hopefully get back to the old jolly subjects and things like that. And yeah, just remember, there is never a time that your inbox will be empty. Uh, There is never a time that you won't have anything to do. Try and take care of what's possible now. Don't procrastinate it. But if it's not necessary tomorrow and you can do it tomorrow, then do it tomorrow. But don't work it into procrastination or work yourself to death to try and finish this year. Guys, I'm going to run. Love you all. Thank you very much for the bring up and the beep up. Take care. Be good. And if you can't be good, at least be kind. Take care. Cheers, cheers.